guys, it's your tech diva Danny G with Scared Sheetless, and we're here to make sure that you're ready for the end of the school year this year. I know 2020-21 has been a long and tiresome year, but I'm hoping that you all have gotten through it. So the year is wrapping up, and I'm a big believer in working smarter, not harder. So I want to help give you a few steps that's going to help you in the school year with your Canvas course. And so you can take that content and use it for the next year and make some edits and move along just fine without having to waste a lot of time recreating a lot of content from scratch. So what I want to do is let you know that once the school year has ended or the course has been concluded based on what your administrators have set up as far as the Canvas courses, the students will either not have access at all, or they may only have read-only access. Now, the teachers will have access to either make edits to grades or assignments and different things like that until the course has been concluded as well. But afterwards, the teachers will only have read-only access, or the courses will be removed altogether from their dashboard. But don't worry, I'm going to give you some steps to help you import that content into the next year's courses so you don't have to start from scratch. So you stay tuned. And while you're waiting, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit that notification button as well. Okay, so I know many of you are used to the old method where you would have to export and download material to your device. With these methods that I'm going to show you tonight, then you're not going to have to worry about doing that. So we're going to go ahead and open up one of our courses and click on Settings. Now, once we click on Settings, the first initial tab is going to be listed as Course Details. We're going to scroll down to the bottom until we see Share to Commons. Now, you're able to share your course content to the Commons area privately so that only you have access to that content, or you can share it with others within your district or your school or university, or you can share it with the general public. Now, you will need to do so before your course has concluded or ended. Now, don't worry, if you want, you still can share your content without having to share it to the Commons area, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. But first, let's take a look at sharing to the Commons area. So we'll click on Share to Commons, and I'm not going to go through every single step, but I'm just going to give you a lineup on what you'll need to do. So here you have a list of questions that's going to ask you, is this an update to a previously shared resource that you may have shared? If so, just toggle that option on. If not, leave it off. Then underneath you have information about who is this resource for. So if you only want you to be able to see this resource, then I would suggest you click in that box there, and that would make this content private for only you to view. Now, if you want to share with others within your school district or within the university that you're serving, you would select the second option. If not, you would make it open to the general public. Now, you'll scroll on down, and anywhere that you see the asterisk is where you're going to have to enter in content. So here, by default, the name of your course is going to be listed here. But if you want, you can put something like template at the end or sample at the end so that you know that this is a copy. Now, under description, you can put a brief description there, but anywhere that you notice the asterisk is where you're going to have to enter in information. Now, tags are ways for you to add association with your content. So if people are searching for your content, they can search for keywords and different things like that. So you can enter in tags such as medical or technology or different things like that, or STEM. And that will help when they go to search for content if this is a public resource. Now, you will need to add a short image here. So you see the asterisk here, you will need to add an image there. And underneath at the very bottom, you'll be able to select the grade level that this applies to. So I'll select 6th grade and pull my toggle down to 12th grade. So you can either use the drop down options here, or you can use the toggle and you'll just click share. Now, that's one way to do that. Now, if I wanted to, I don't have to share this to the Commons area. If I wanted to, I could go and create what's called a sandbox course. Now, with the sandbox course, what it's allowing you to do is create a manual course so that you can import the previous content into that course. And once your courses are shared with you at a later date, you can import that information into the shell courses. So I'm just going to create the sample course here, and we'll call this Fall 2020 2021 EdTech. Now you can go into more detail about the content licensing. You have your private options, you have your public domain for material that's copyrighted or is not copyrighted. You can look into details about that on the Canvas instructor page. Now I don't want to make this course visible at the moment, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Create Course. Alright guys, so now that we've created our sandbox course, you'll notice that it's listed here with the unpublished courses. So what I want to do now is go to the Commons area, because remember we uploaded our content to the Commons area earlier. So this is one way of grabbing that content without having to export or download the course onto your actual device or hard drive. So as we're going to the Commons area, we're going to either search for the content that we've uploaded or that other educators have uploaded here. So I'll do another video on the Commons area and showing you how to look through the different filters and different things like that. But if you know what you're looking for, you can just type that in here and it'll bring up anything related to what you've typed in. You can either type that in or type in some keywords in reference to the name if you wish to. And I'm just going to select this particular course here. Now when you're looking at items to import in, be sure you pay attention to the file size, because if the file size is over 500 megs, then you may have some issues or may have some unsuccessful imports that will not allow you to import that file in. So be sure to pay attention to the file size. So once you find the document or the file that you want to import from the Commons area, you'll just click on Import, Download, and then you'll select which course you want this to be placed into. So I want this to be placed into my Fall 2021 EdTech course. So you may have it listed as your Fall 2021 sample course or something like that. Whatever you have it listed as, go ahead and select that option for that course. Or if you want to add it to all of them, you can. More than one at one time, just select the All option and it'll select all of your courses listed underneath. But I just want to select this particular course, and I'm going to click Import into Course. Now you will receive a message that says that this import has started, so you can either wait to see if it's imported into your course, or you can go back to your dashboard here and click on that particular course and just refresh to check the status throughout. Now depending on how large the file is, it may take a while for it to upload into your sandbox course, but that varies with each one. So I'm just going to open up our Fall 2021 EdTech course and see where we are on that. So it still hadn't installed just yet, so it's going to take a little while, but we can actually click on this import status to give us some information about where it is in queue. So when you click on that, it's going to tell you if that import file is actually running or if the import failed. And if you notice that it failed, you may want to look at that file size like I mentioned before, or try to install it again. So while I'm waiting on this, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification button so you are up to date on any of the Scared Sheetless material that we put out. We're going to try to start putting out more content monthly and bi-weekly as time allows, but we really want to get a lot of content out to you to make sure that we're helping you to take the fear out of EdTech. Okay, so once the install has completed, you'll notice that the status says complete. Now, if it has any issues, it'll have it next to it with a hyperlink that you're able to click on to bring out more information about whatever that issue is. So in this particular case, it says, could not find account grading standard for the course. So this particular course may not have it, and it's not always needed. So let's go back to our dashboard and go into that sandbox course that we created to look at the content that we just imported in from the Commons area. So remember, we had it in our unpublished courses. So here's all of the content here, and you're able to go in and make adjustments to dates and assignments as needed. Now let's take a look at our next method of copying course content from our past courses. Okay guys, so I've shown you one of two ways that you're able to keep your course content from the previous or current year for the next school year to make edits and different things like that. So I'm going to show you the second method by showing you how to copy your course content from your past course and importing it into a sandbox course until you're able to get your course shell for the new school year. So what you're going to do is go back to your original course. It's possibly one of the courses that you still have published. And once you're in that course, if you would go down to the settings option. Now, once you get to the settings options, it's going to bring up a list of options on your far right side of your screen. Now, you have two methods of copying this content from this course. You can either click on Import Course Content, or you can click on the option where it says Copy this course, which is here. They're both going to ask you the same questions if you go to it. So I've already done that method, and once you go through that process, it's going to go through a running tally or queue to show you the process of the import feature. So this import has completed. So what I'm going to do now is go back to my dashboard where I have a sandbox course that I'm going to import this material into. So I believe here it is. Here's the sandbox course here. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And once I open that up, I'm going to click on the option to import existing content. And once I click on that, it's going to ask me if I want to import a copy of another Canvas course, which is what I want to do. And I'm just going to type the name or part of the name of the course that I'm looking for. And the course was titled Medical Foundation, so I'm just going to click on that. And underneath, I want to copy the entire course. Now, you do have the option to copy specific content, such as pages or videos or different things like that, but I want everything. Now, underneath, I'm also going to check the box here to adjust the event dates and the due dates as well. Now, you can always go back and modify this if you choose to. Now, you can add in some substitutions as far as how you want things displayed as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and click import for now. And that running queue is going to start, and we'll be right back to show you the content that has been imported directly from the course that you have active right now. So here you can see that this process has finished running. So now we can go back to our home tab. And you'll notice that that content has been imported into the course, and you can go throughout your modules and make modifications or adjustments as needed. And these are the two easiest methods for copying your content from one school year to the next. So I'm glad you joined us here on Scared Sheetless. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're alerted every time we push out new content.